So today we are going to still be talking about personal narratives, but we are actually now going to be starting to brainstorm about our own personal narrative. We're going to be talking about how we can generate a story idea. So I know a lot of times when somebody says, okay, write me a narrative, you might say, oh my gosh, where do I start? Well, that's what we're going to do today. So I have an example here for you. And you're going to be filling this out, a blank one of these out by yourself with your own experiences, coming up with good story ideas. Well, memories. A lot of times we have really strong memories that had a lasting impact, and we remember them for years and years. So think about a memory that you have with someone special, or think about someone special in your life. It could be a friend, it could be a grandmother, an uncle, it could be your parents, a sibling, it could be anyone, someone special that you have memories with. So if we have Grandma Dot, well, you have lots of memories with Grandma Dot, like picking strawberries. Maybe you could write a narrative about how you went picking strawberries with your grandmother. Or pounding pans on New Year's Eve. So you were having a celebration on New Year's Eve and you remember doing that with your grandmother. Eating Twinkies before bed. So that, I know you might think that's kind of a silly memory to have, but maybe that's something special. Maybe having a special meal with someone in your family, or like a Thanksgiving meal, or a holiday meal, or a Christmas meal. A date to McDonald's in the park. So maybe you want to talk about you had a fun-filled day with someone, and that was a special memory. So I want you to think about a special person, and then I want you to brainstorm what are some special memories. And you need to think of 4, okay? So you will be doing that on your own page, which will look like this. And remember, you're going to use the text box feature, and you're going to create your own text boxes. Okay? So you put the person's name in the middle, and then your 4 memories on the outside. And the better you do with this assignment, the easier it's going to be for you to pick something to write about, because you have to have what you're going to write about done by this week. Now, another way that you can choose, another way you can have some ideas, is not just by memories with a person, but a time that you felt a strong emotion. So we can feel lots of different emotions. Everybody has felt happy and scared, angry, sad, and nervous. So let's say when you were feeling nervous, think of a time when you were feeling nervous. Well, the first day of school, maybe you want to write a story about how you were nervous on the first day of school and what happened. Then think about a time you were sad. So the day that my best friend moved away, maybe you want to write a story about that. Angry, when my brother broke my favorite toy or a video game. Scared, hearing a sound at night when I was camping. That could be scary. And happy, meeting my baby brother for the first time. So these are just ideas. Now, you don't really want to use necessarily the same ideas, because it has to be something that you can write about. And if this didn't happen to you, you don't need to be writing this down on yours, do you? So you are going to be filling this out yourself, thinking about your personal memories with someone special and thinking about times when you felt these emotions. Now, I am going to read you an example of a personal narrative that someone wrote with someone special and a memory that they had with that special person, just to kind of give you an idea of what the finished product might look like. Blueberry picking with Granny. Grammy, I've been waiting all morning for this. I told her with excitement as she rocked in her rocking chair on the front porch waiting for me. Well, sweetie pie, it sounds like you're ready to go, she replied, giving me a big warm hug. Grammy bent over and grabbed the handle of the little red wagon that laid in her front yard. The wagon was filled with all kinds of items that would make our day of blackberry picking, not blueberry picking, blackberry picking, successful. She packed 2 thermoses of water and sunscreen, because berry picking can get awfully tiring in the summer after a while. She also packed mixed nuts, sliced apples, and crackers for our mid-picking snack. Lastly, she packed 2 medium-sized buckets for us to put our berries in as we plucked them from the bushes. We made our way down the hill and through the tall green grass behind Grammy's house. We continued walking until we stopped at the edge of the woods. There they were, the same big blackberry bushes we'd picked berries from the last few years together. Suddenly, the feeling of happiness washed over me as I thought about picking berries with Grammy in the past. Remember the rules, darling? Grammy asked me as we began. I sure do. 1 berry for me and 10 for the pot, I giggled. That's right, smart girl. Grammy winked at me and patted me lightly on the head. Grammy grabbed a bright green branch and pulled it close to us. Over the years, I've gotten better at carefully picking the berries without getting stuck by too many thorns. Grammy and I were both sure to wear long sleeves and pants to avoid the bugs and scratching our arms. We each picked our first berry and held them out towards each other, touching them together gently. Cheers, we said at the same time, and popped the blackberry in our mouths. This was a tradition that we had done before to mark the picking of our first berries. It was sweet and juicy as I bit down and melted in my mouth. I could hardly wait until Grammy and I picked enough to make her famous blackberry cobbler. I knew we'd be picking until we grew tired, but I didn't mind because this was by far my favorite thing to do with my and Grammy. So, as you can see, this is another mentor text. The person writing this story, she chose to write about a special memory that made her feel happy, and she was with her grandmother, and she wrote all the details of going blackberry picking. So you have this assignment. You need to make sure you fill this out and turn this in today. And then tomorrow, you'll be watching another video about trying to narrow down your ideas.